Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys at Magic. This is Hunter and Shane. Say what up, Shane.
What's up, nerds?
Welcome back. Today is, what is the date? Wednesday, October 30th, 2024, and we have another video of Foundation spoilers. That's right.
Yay.
Foundations is the foundations to Magic the Gathering, except there's so many new cards that make up those foundations. So, let's talk about all the new ones. We do not talk
Okay.
about the reprints. There's a lot of cool reprints. Galta's in this set too, and a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, but let's talk about all these rares and mythics from this set that is brand new to Magic. So this first one is called Soul Weaver. It's 2 and a green for a 4/3 creature spider spirit. Or spirit spider. Said that backwards. It's got reach. And it says whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
It's a spirit spider.
It is a spirit spider. People are saying this is a very odd effect for mono green,
Kind of is,
which
huh?
yeah, it's kind of a green card draw, right?
Yeah. Card advantage, card draw. Yeah, true. Spinning a web to go up the perfect hand.
Whoa, look at you.
Whoa.
With some spider
Nah,
words.
I just made things up.
Okay.
I mean, 3 mana for a 4/3 seems good though with reach.
3 mana 4/3 reacher that says cool things when your stuff dies.
Which
So
yeah, that says other things. Yeah, seems
yeah,
good.
I don't know. It does seem good. I don't know if I would ever play it though. Because you might be. This is good in like a Golgari deck, obviously, right? Because you want your stuff to die. You're probably
Yeah,
forcing your stuff to die to get that card advantage.
true. And I mean, who knows? Like you said, Foundations is setting up for the next million years, so this could be good. Later down the road.
These cards are legal until 2029.
Yeah.
Yeah, standard is in a crazy spot. And I'm very excited to see what this set does to the format. I think it will be format warping. So,
Good.
yeah, we'll
Shake it up.
see. Soul Weaver, though, pretty good card. Let's move on to another green card that I think is incredible, and I'll tell you why, Shane. It is Quilled Greatwurm. 4 and 2 green for a 7/7 creature worm. It's got trample, and it says during your turn, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. It also says you may cast this card from your graveyard by removing 6 counters from among creatures you control in addition to paying its other costs.
I know why you like this.
Go ahead.
Big worm.
It is a big worm, and it does do the counter thing. But, Shane, I don't know if you heard me when I spoke about this card.
Tell me.
It does not care about dealing combat damage to a player. It's just any kind of combat damage.
Got it. That is good. Also a 6 mana, 7/7 with trample.
Hmm,
It's big. That's a big worm.
that is going to be big. And I am excited to play with this. It's a mono green deck with like Innkeeper's Talent, and it gives counters. It's a whole bunch of
Good
different
card.
kind of counters. Yeah,
How often are you gonna be removing counters to cast this anything though?
pretty regularly. I think
Really?
this is
Oh,
too
okay.
big of a threat for
That's
someone
true.
to leave on the board.
Not
So I think
legendary, so you can run multiple copies.
bringing it back over and over
Yeah.
as a 7/7 that just gets bigger when it hits
It rem-
seems pretty good.
it reminds me a little bit like Vigor, except for this is not preventing the damage, right? So
Yeah,
it's
it's not
like,
preventing the
yeah,
damage.
so it's not as good obviously, but giving you counters is pretty good.
Counters is good. I mean, you're gonna run over something. You're doing 7 damage to anything, right? So the trample damage and the initial damage, you're getting 7 counters on this.
Yeah. It's gonna grow
So
exponentially.
mhm, it is very good, and I like it a lot. Let's move on to once again another green card. This is Preposterous Proportions. 5 at 2 green for sorcery. Creatures you control get +10/+10 and gain vigilance until end of turn.
Those are massive lemurs, dude.
Yeah, look at the flavor text there. I think you mean giant lemurs, a type of malevolent spirit that. Oh gods, what is that?
This is a pretty. I guess this isn't a combat trick, right? Because it's sorcery, but my
Sorcery.
god. 10/10
Yeah,
vigilance.
people are comparing it to something like a Critterhoof. Obviously, Critterhoof is infinitely better.
Man, get trample.
Uh, this is probably a win the game card, though, right?
Yeah, it could be. It gets blocked by one,
Um,
which is unfortunate, but
yeah, it depends on how big your board is.
that's true.
If you have 6 creatures out, they all get +10, +10. That is quite a bit of damage. You're
That
adding
and
60 damage to the board at that point.
it's kind of funny that this is in Foundations because it reminds me of like Foundations as a whole kind of seems like they're trying to make Magic friendly for new people, and this is very like I pay big mana, I get big thing. That's pretty straightforward.
It is pretty straightforward. I like how this flavor text. That was his last words.
Got stomped by a giant lemur.
Mhm.
I feel like didn't we see the other art though? The other art was not lemurs.
The other art was not lemurs. The other art is squirrels.
So does that not have the flavor text? I'm guessing.
It does not have the same flavor
Got
text
it.
now.
That makes more sense. I was like, I feel like I just saw this with squirrels.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
Cool card though. I'd hate to get
Cool
countered.
card, cool. Moving on, is equipment going to be viable in standard? Let's find out with this next card. Celestial Armor, 2 and a white. An artifact equipment that has flash, and it says when this equipment enters, attached to target creature you control, that creature gains hexproof and indestructible to end a turn. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has flying, and it has an equip cost of 3 and a white.
And we've talked about this a couple times now, Hunter, that the power creep on enchantments, the whole like coming in attached is kind of nuts,
It's a little
dude.
bit, yeah.
Or else what
Yeah,
did I say? Enchantment? I meant
yeah,
yeah,
you said
equipment.
enchantment.
My bad.
Equipment, yeah. The ability to flash in equipment and have equipment attach right away to creatures make,
Yeah.
like you said, the power creep is being real with equipment. And I'm here for it, honestly. Equipment is, in my eyes, was always too slow for the current game.
Yeah.
And that's why all the equipment matters commanders are just like equipped for free. Because
Yeah.
it makes it faster, it makes it be able to keep up. And these kind of effects where comes in, attaches it to something is always powerful in my opinion. And we saw kind of Sky of the Maulclaves. Remember that? Maul.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
All the
Try the
Skyclaves is what I meant to say.
whatever.
All the way
Oh,
around.
yeah.
That was in standard and was very powerful. So
Extremely powerful.
that was 4 mana too. And this, I don't know. I think it's better. Which something that is funny is that this is called armor and is not giving any toughness. So
Well, it's
pretty
celestial, dude. Come on.
pretty funny.
It's cool though. I think that it's interesting with the whole attach it immediately because they can play around with the equip cost being way higher and like not very good. Because 4 to equip is pretty bad, but
Yeah.
it comes in attached something immediately, so it's kind of counteracting that.
Would you like to see the alternate art?
Sure.
Here you go.
Oh, that looks pretty dope. Okay.
Doesn't that look cool?
Yeah. Like that it's not like anime, it's like real.
It is real.
Final Fantasy-ish.
It does look very cool.
Cool card, cool.
Cool card is cool. Let's move on. This next one is a bit blurry, and I apologize, but this is the best
How
quality
dare
we
you.
got. Kiora is back in the game. It's Kiora the Rising Tide. 2 and a blue for a 3/2 legendary creature, Merfolk Noble. It says when Kiora enters, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards, and it has Threshold, which means whenever it attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you may create Scion of the Deep, a legendary 8/8 blue octopus creature token.
That's pretty good.
Big,
I like that.
giant octopus.
I like the card draw on it. I like this going in your like hackball. I love it.
Yeah, it could go in Hackball if you
Yeah,
wanted it to.
I'd play it for sure. Good card draw.
Uh, could go in the other Kiora deck too that I built.
True.
If you remember that
The
EDH
Kraken
deck that I shared
Leviathan
about.
thing, yeah.
Mhm. Yep. This makes octopuses, which is pretty cool.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah, it's interesting. Do I see it seeing play in standard for 3 mana for 3/2 that draws 2, discards 2? Add alone? Maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Those mono blue tempo decks, they're pretty they want to be able to draw cards, right?
It's very true. Yeah, Kiora, welcome back. Moving on, Shane, we got a new man land. Check this out. This is Soulstone Sanctuary. It's a land you can tap for a colorless, or you can pay 4. This land becomes a 3/3 creature type with vigilance, and all creature types, it's still a land.
Interesting.
the interesting part about it is it says it. Should I say doesn't say until end of turn, which means once you turn it on, it's there forever.
Oh. So that's okay, because I was gonna say pay 4 sucks.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
there forever.
Just like a new this is like an off topic kind of, but the 4, don't they typically like circle that to like signify it's generic? It just says 4 now. There's no looks weird.
I mean, yeah, it kind of. You're right. It does look kind of weird. Maybe they are just keeping it like that.
Formatting, yeah, it's weird. The fact that it's a
Hmm,
colon too, like you could pay this over and over. Like why would you want to do that?
don't know.
Either way, interesting card though. Yeah, like you said, like forever becoming this 3/3
Hmm,
makes it to where your
yeah.
land can be easily killed, but
It's a big land though. 3/3.
yeah, and it can grow. Put it in your what deck did you make? T'Challa,
Yeah, Black Panther.
Black Panther. Yeah, pretty cool.
This is a cool card. It'll probably see standard play. Typically, man lands always see standard play. So this is always just a finisher in any type of
Yeah,
kind of tempo control deck.
I feel like all those decks though that run manlands, they like the fact that it turns back into a land, so it's harder to remove. So now it's like any kind of board wipe, any kind of removal, you're kind of just shutting off your finisher or like win con
Well, this is
ish.
what this is, right? This is a finisher. So
Yeah,
you just wait till end game
I
and
guess
then
that's true.
boom,
Yeah,
4 mana swing.
that's true. Interesting design space though.
Yeah. Let's move on to a card that I think you might like, Shane. This is Drake Hatcher. It's 1 and a blue for a 1/3 creature human wizard. It has vigilance and prowess. This is whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, put that many incubation counters on it. And then you can remove 3 incubation counters from this creature to create a 2/2 blue Drake creature token with flying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's got some hoops to get that 2/2, but I'll always take a
This-
blue prowess card.
Yeah, I mean, swing in and then pump this up a bunch, and then those are types of counters. So in blue, you can proliferate them up.
True.
And you can remove those counters at instant speed whenever you want to make a 2/2.
It's like I don't even know if balance is the right word, but you know that Drake guy, that Drake
Mm.
guy, the guy that
You
makes a
know
Drake
that Drake guy? Yeah.
whenever you cast it. It's like that, but much slower because you got to make the incubator tokens and you got to pull them off. But I mean, a vigilance prowess guy, yeah, I'll put it in a spellslinger deck. That's pretty awesome.
Hmm. Definitely.
You think I'll see play in standard? I feel like it might.
There's currently an Is It Prowse deck.
Yeah, with
Does this
otters.
slide in there? There's also Monastery Swiftspear deck that's prowess. That's an Azorius prowess deck that's also kind of popping off right now.
Hmm, lots of
And
prowess.
lots of prowess. Of course, there's Boros prowess, but all the prowess. So Drake Hatcher, good card, cool card.
Yeah.
Will it see play? To be determined.
Okay.
Moving on to some of the cutest art you've ever seen. This is Sylvan Scavenging. 1 and 2 green for an enchantment that says at the beginning of your end step, choose one. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, or you can create a 3/3 green raccoon creature token if you control a creature with power 4 or greater.
Pretty
Taking
cute.
a little step into Bloomborough once again.
Yeah, why did we go back to Bloomborough? Weird.
Just wait, we are not done going back to the previous places.
Oh, I like this though. It
This is
says
a
end step here.
foundation of magic, Shane. Bloomborough is
Oh,
going to be foundational.
we're going everywhere.
We're going everywhere.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, I agree with you. End step is better than upkeep.
I think we've all said that, yeah.
This is the power creep we've been talking about as well here.
It's just like a nah, never mind. It's nothing like it. Those black market connections. Nah, just kidding.
No. But I will say, does this go into the giant Quilled Greatwurm deck? Probably.
I
Cares
mean, it's
about
putting
counters.
1/1 counters, yeah. Can go in a lot of decks.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I care about counters. It's
And
another enchantment that cares about counters.
who
Wild.
would have thought? In green. Wow.
Wild.
I like it though. Cool card. Cute art. Love it. Moving on. This card is called Raise the Past. It's 2/2 white. For sorcery, it says return all creature cards with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Okay.
Okay, indeed.
Yeah, that's quite a card. In
It
the
is.
right circumstance, that could be nuts.
Yes. Self mill strategy of just low to the ground,
Yep,
bring this back on turn 4, and
yep.
then boom, you have a board.
I like that. It's really good.
If you notice the flavor text, they mention Strixhaven. Shane, look,
Oh, so we're
another
going to
spot.
Strixhaven. Okay.
Strixhaven, isn't that cool?
We're laying the foundation to
We
get it.
are laying the foundation.
Nice
Speaking
little
of
card, though.
Strixhaven, I think we can move on.
Okay.
Look who's back. We just had 2
Hey,
printings of Zimone in Duskborn. Zimone once again getting a brand new printing in the very next set. This is Zimone Paradox Sculptor. 2 green and blue for a 1/4 legendary creature human wizard. It says at the beginning of combat on your turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control. Has another ability, you can pay a green and blue, tap it, double the number of each kind of counter on up to 2 target creatures and or artifacts you control.
it's like so straightforward that I love it.
It's so straightforward, you love it. Yeah, the thing is, every time we get a new Zimone card, she's just doing something different every time. She's so full of knowledge, you do not know what she's doing next.
I'm just so glad she's not caring about prime numbers anymore.
Or manifesting dread.
No, the dread was pretty sick.
The dread was pretty sick, but here we are with counters.
Perfect. I mean,
Mhm.
we're gonna talk about it as a commander right later, so
We are going to be talking about it in our commander grades later. Very cool card though. Do I see it seeing play in standard? Probably, honestly.
yeah, I was
It's a
gonna say
pretty good effect.
doubling counters is nuts.
It's not even, yeah. It also doesn't say anything about just +1/+1 counters.
Yeah,
So it's any kind of counter.
yeah.
Good card is
Good,
good.
good card. Good.
And our final card we are talking about today, how about Blasphemous Edict? It is 3 and 2 black for a sorcery that says you may pay 1 black rather than pay this spell's mana cost if there are 13 or more creatures on the battlefield. Each player sacrifices 13 creatures of their choice.
This is so good.
This is
This is so good,
so
dude.
good. This is obviously Blasphemous Act in black.
Uh-huh.
Did we need it?
I no,
Absolutely
but
not.
I want it. Like I love it.
This will
Blasphemy.
always, in a game of EDH, this is always pretty much going to cost 1 black mana,
Yep.
just like Blasphemous Act is always 1 red mana.
Yep.
This is
And
a board wipe.
as I say, unless one person has like a crazy number of creatures, it's always gonna board wipe them. And it's way easier or way harder to get around this one because if the other one, you could give your stuff like indestructible. You could do something to save them. You can't save them here.
Yeah, Blasphemous Act was 13 damage,
Yeah.
which means you can protect it with like protection from red or just indestructible, like you
Mm-hmm.
said. It's just ways to get around Blasphemous Act, Blasphemous Edict. Unfortunately, it's around hexproof.
This is nuts. Yeah, this card is going to see so much play. It is insane.
Yeah, I love it. Pick up your copies now before they skyrocket in price because
They might already be.
you know what?
Maybe let them dip
Now
a
that I
little
said
bit.
that out loud, it's Foundations. We're
Yeah,
gonna be
it's gonna
playing
be.
with this set for the next 5
This
years.
card's gonna be like $2. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna put it
Yeah,
in
put it.
all of our black upgrades.
Yep, do it. You heard it here first, people. But yeah, that is gonna do it for us today. If you guys liked that video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you're staying up to date with all these videos that we're putting out all the time. And Shane, I didn't mention it in the last video, but let's talk about it this time. What was your favorite card we talked about today?
Can't believe you almost forgot about it. I'm easy. I like Merfolk. I'm gonna go for the Merfolk. Kiora.
Okay. You know
What
how
about you?
easy I am?
I'm gonna guess your big worm.
You are correct, Shane. I am going Big Worm. Quilled Greatwurm. That's probably my favorite card from this today. But yeah. For those of you still watching the video, comment down below. What was your guys' favorite card today? We're always interested to hear you guys' opinions. While you're down there, you'll find links to in the description for all of our social media accounts. That's TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, at Guys at Magic for each one. Follow us along those as well. And on the screen right now, those are all of our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your added support. It really does mean the world to us. If you guys wanted to check out what they are seeing, which is not here on YouTube, check the link in the description as well and consider subscribing. And until the next video, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Bye bye.